Hello everyone, we are from Group 4 and we want to present about contrastive analysis hypothesis and subtopic cross-linguistic interference. The members of Group 4 there are Ernae Agustyana, Nabila, Sonya Parhusip, Susin Alysia, and the last, Trisia Gloria. The table of contrastive analysis hypothesis, there are 5, such as definition of contrastive analysis hypothesis, history of contrastive analysis hypothesis, contrastive analysis hypothesis criticism, definition of cross-linguistic interference, and the last, cause and example of cross-linguistic interference.
Hello everyone, my name is Ernae Agustyana and I want to present about my material, the definition of contrastive analysis hypothesis. Contrastive analysis hypothesis, or CAH, is a theory based on behaviorist thinking which states that a second language is the result of the development of habits. In addition, old habits have an influence on new habits. The figure of this theory is Robert Lado, 1960, and contrastive analysis hypothesis, or CAH, is a combination of theory and method. There is also the term contrastive analysis, or CA. This is a method that contrasts two languages. In addition, there is also the contrastive hypothesis, or CH. This is just an assumption. Contrastive analysis hypothesis developed in the 1950, discovered by Robert Lado, based on behaviorist thinking. And point number 1, SLA, or second language acquisition, is seen as the development of forming new habits. Point number 2, positive versus negative transfer, the impact of first language habits, or L1, will result in positive and negative transfer. And point number 2, pedagogical assumption of CAH, or contrastive analysis hypothesis. And contrastive analysis hypothesis have 3 persons. Person number 1, the strong person by Price and Lado. The strong person suggests that difficulties or error in learning L2 can be predicted by making a distinction between the two languages, starting with analyzing the linguistic and predicting the error that will occur. And person number 2, the weak person by Wardout. The weak person does not dare to predict error that will occur, but after student make mistake, will contrastive analysis, the weak person can explain the cause of the error. And person number 3, or the last person, the moderate person by Oler and Zia Osaini. Unlike the 2 persons above, the moderate person emphasize the small difference, which are the biggest cause of error and difficulty. Okay, thank you.
Sonya Parhusip, my registration number is 1930, 2010, and 72. I want to present about history of contrastive analysis hypothesis. The history of contrastive analysis hypothesis studies in language association began with the American linguist Price study in 1945. Misra 2005 argues that contrastive analysis mainly works through the produce of one description. Description is formal description of two language. 2, selection. Selection is sets of items selected for comparison. 3, comparison. Comparison is identification of areas of difference and similarity, and the last four, prediction. Prediction is identification of areas likely to cause errors due to language difference and learning difficulty. Several great linguists such as Stockwell, Bond and Martin 1965 and Prater 1967 require that the contrastive analysis method should arrange the linguistic differences in a hierarchy of difficulty for better effects and more efficient ways of its use to help overcome potential error areas in the learner's expression. It is important to note there are two types of errors. One, intralingual. Intralingual errors caused by interference of mother tongue. The last two, interlingual errors caused by the learner's processing of the second or foreign language in its own terms. The two types errors can be used together in order to account for the learner's problem in learning target language.
Okay. My name is Trisia Gloria. I would like to present about contrastive analysis hypothesis. The contrastive analysis hypotheses were formulated in Robert Lado's Linguistic Across Cultures 1957. Lado claimed that those elements which are similar to the learner's native language will be simple for him, and those elements that are different will be difficult. However, this claim could not be sustained by empirical evidence that was accumulated in the mid and late 1970s, that many errors predicted by contrastive analysis were inexplicably not observed in learners' language. In response to the above criticism, a moderate version of the contrastive analysis hypothesis, or CAH, has developed, which is paradox contradicting Lado's original claim. Thank you.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Nabila. Now I would like to present the definition of cross-linguistic interference. So cross-linguistic is relating to languages of different families and types, especially relating to the comparison of different language. And cross-linguistic interference, also known as L1 interference, linguistic interference, or transfer, is the effect of language learners' first language on their production of the language they are learning. The effect can be on any aspect of language, such as grammar, vocabulary, accent, spelling, and so on. So the language transfer is the application of linguistic features from one language to another by a bilingual or multilingual speaker. It is also a common topic in bilingual child language acquisition, as it occurs frequently in bilingual children, especially when one language is dominant. So the types of interference are syntactic or grammatical, lexical or semantic, and pragmatic interference. It is most often discussed as a source of errors or negative transfer, although where the relevant features of both language is the same. It results in correct language production or positive transfer. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Susin Alysia. In this opportunity, I would like to explain about cause of cross-linguistic interference. You can see the slide. According to Lott, there are three factors that cause linguistic interference as follows. First, interlingual factor. An interlingual factor is a significant source for language learners. This concept comes from a constructive analysis of the behavioristic school of learning. It stresses the negative interference of mother tongue as the follow source of error. You can see the example on the slide. The construction I like to read is uttered as I read to like by many Hindi speakers. It's because in Hindi, the verb is preposition, while in English it is postposition. This type of error is the result of negative transfer of first language rules to the target language system. Commonly, errors are caused by the differences between the first and the second language. And the second is the overextension of analogy. Usually, a learner has been wrong in using a vocabulary caused by the similarity of the element between first language and second language. So as the use of cognates words, it is the same form of the word in two languages with different function and meanings. An example is the use moon and moon. In Indonesian, learners may make a mistake by using the moon to say moon in space. And the third is transfer of structure. There are two types of transfer according to delay: positive transfer and negative transfer. Negative transfer refers to those instances of transfer which result in error because old habitual behavior is different from the new behavior being learned. On the contrary, the positive transfer is the correct utterance because both the first language and second language have the same structure, while the negative transfer from the native language is called interference. For example, a Spanish speaker learning English may say, it's raining rather than it is raining. They leaving out the subject of the sentence. And the last is disloyalty to the target language. As claimed by Werrich, said the disloyalty to the target language will cause a negative attitude. Students whose language background of TL is limited tend to put words in sentences or oral instructor and sense of the first language. For example, it occurred in Facebook status made by an Indonesian, so must the spirit, while the correct sentence is I must keep the spirit. I guess that's all that I can explain about the cause of cross-linguistic interference. Thank you.
Okay, before we end our presentation, if you have any question, please mention your name and your student number. Also, which group are you from in WhatsApp voice note? Thank you for your attention. See you.